So we've got a nice, hopefully it'll be nice tonight. It's a side body, working into the side body in all sorts of poses. So we often do that through our yoga class, but we don't always really focus on the side body. So there is going to be a lot of like opening through the rib cage, stretching into low back and hips and through the shoulders tonight. So if you are using the playlist, you can pop it on, or any music of your choice, and we will start in a child's pose. You can make your way there when you're ready. That's it. Make it nice and comfy. Take the knees wide, walk your hands away down the mat. And although we keep this first pose quite nice and soft, even here you can feel like you're lengthening out through the sides of the body. So that gentle drawing back of hips towards the heels. Extension of the hands forward, create length. And just connect here with your breath. As you start to connect with your breath, as you start to land on your mat, draw that breath a little deeper. Feel the expansion and contraction through the body, through the rib cage. Find a sense of ease and softness through the shoulders. As you land here in your space. Couple more rounds of breath. And then we'll start with those side body stretches. We often take them from our child's pose. So just lift up onto fingertips, walk your hands over to the right hand side. If you want a little bit of a deeper stretch straight away, put your left hand on top of your right, and then sink the hips back to the left heel. Breathe deeply into that left hand side. And then walk yourself slowly back through center. Same the other way, hands over to the left. If you want to bring the right hand on top of the left, you can. Connect palms to the earth, draw hips to the right heel. And breathe into that right hand side, sense of expansion from the hip all the way up. That's it. Come back to center. Lift yourself up to all fours. Just nice, easy cat and cows to begin with. Big breath in as you drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine. Take two more with your breath. Then come back to your neutral tabletop position. From here, it's like you're pinching left shoulder and left hip together. By doing that, you're opening through the right hand side. Take a big breath there. And then take it the other way. Think about right shoulder to right hip, and then breathe into the left hand side. Take a couple more each way. So left shoulder, left hip, breathe. Right shoulder, right hip. Breathe into the left hand side. Yeah, take one more each way on your own. Come back to center, just take a brief downward dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips up high, pedal the legs out. Just to get a little bit of movement through the back of the legs. And then drop back down to your knees. So working with the right knee, first of all, tap it towards the left elbow. And then take it behind you and cross over. So it's like your right foot appears over to the left-hand side if you look back to find it. So bring that right knee forward, tap the elbow, send it back, cross it behind you, catch sight of it over your left shoulder. Take a couple more on this side. You can inhale to tap the knee, exhale to tap it behind you. One more. That's it. Bring it forward to tap the elbow and then extend it out to the side, the right foot. So you're connecting level with the hip. You can tuck the back toes, the left toes if you want to. Start to ease yourself back into an extended child's pose. If you have space to walk the hands forward, or you may stay a little bit higher up. Depends how open you're feeling. And then you can stay there in your child's pose, or you can walk your hands over to the right hand side, like you're walking towards that extended foot. As far as you can, then grip the floor like you're dragging it back to you. Breathe into the left hand side. From there, come back through center and walk the other way. This time coming to left fingertips and opening your right arm up to the sky. So we're in a sort of side plank. That's it. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, reach your right hand over the head. So it's reaching out to the left-hand side of your mat, extending all the way down the right-hand side. Yeah. Start to lift the right hand back up, get light on those underneath fingertips, lift the body all the way up and take your gate pose over the other way. Right hand just slides down the leg, left arm lifts up and over. Breathe into the left hand side of the body. Lovely. Bring yourself back, return to that toppled gate pose, right arm up and over by the right ear. And then bring that hand all the way down to the mat. Reset your all fours position. And take the other side. So left knee taps left elbow. Take it behind you, cross over, peek back over your right shoulder to see it. So you're sort of pinching in at the side, that's it. Left knee to elbow. Take it back behind. A few more on your own. Last one here. When you next tap the knee forward, as you take it back, extend the leg out to the left-hand side, root down into the outer edge of the left foot, maybe tuck the right toes. Send your hips back, extend the hands forward as far as you can. You can settle here in an extended leg child's pose, or you can walk fingertips and palms over towards that left foot. When you get as far as you can, root down through the palms, breathe into the right hand side. Come back through center. Keep walking around to the right hand side, lift the body up. Find your side plank, left arm lift. Take an inhale here. Drop your left hand over towards the left ear as you exhale. Full extension down that left hand side. Yeah, from there, start to lift up. I know I'm not mirroring you, but lift up this way. Take yourself over the left leg to find your gate pose. Good. Bring yourself back, returning to that toppled gate. And then let the left hand come down, walk yourself all the way back round to your all fours, tuck your toes, find your downward dog. Lovely. Breathing in as you come forward, find your high plank, push the earth away. Knees or toes is fine, depends how you feel this evening. Take another breath in. And then exhale to lower yourself all the way down. Setting up for your wide cobra, take the fingertips wide to the side, lift the elbows. Use your inhale to lift up, hold at the top. Dropping the shoulders from here, so drop the left shoulder in, look to the right. Feel a little stretch through the left-hand side, come back up. Lower your right shoulder down, look to the left. Inhale to lift. Take one more each way. Lift back up. Lower yourself all the way down. Hands underneath shoulders. Push yourself back to your downward dog. Just take a couple of breaths here. You can find stillness or you can move into it, pedal the legs. All right, so we're stepping the right foot through between the hands. If you want to kneel down and step, you can, or you can lift the right leg up. Find space underneath the body, step it through. Softening left knee down to the floor. So however you get there, we've got a low crescent lunge. Right foot forward, sweep the arms up overhead. And then as you arrive in your crescent lunge, interlace the fingers and push palms up to the sky. So it's not a big side bend here, but just take a little sway side to side. Stay rooted through the feet. And just little sways to open through the rib cage. That's it. All right, from here, we're taking that kneeling side angle pose. So release the hands. You're going to turn to the left-hand side of your mat. And as you turn, your back foot will kickstand behind you. So turn to the left. Let your left foot angle back behind you. And you've now got your right knee here to find connection with. Left hand reaches up and over. Like we're in a side angle, but we're kneeling on that back knee. That's it. So keep opening through that left-hand side. Treat it like a reverse warrior. Take that left hand back down your left leg and reach the right arm up and over. And then return back to your side angle. With the breath, inhale to reverse. Exhale back to side angle. Keep that front knee drawing open. Take one more. Lovely. From your side angle, we're moving into that toppled gate. So start lifting up. Bring your left hand down to the floor. Right hand reaches up. Anchor through your right foot. Squeeze the hips forward. And then let that right hand drop all the way over towards the right ear. Lovely. Get light on the underneath fingertips. Use your inhale to lift. Draw the core in. Exhale, gate pose over the right leg. Inhale back up to center. Find your toppled gate. And then drop right hand down to the back of your mats. You're turning to face the back, lifting into your downward dog. You're there. So your downward dog to the back. That's it. Take a couple of breaths. Still with your right leg, inhale to lift that right leg up high. And then step it forward outside of your right hand. You're finding a lizard lunge. So your right foot is wider this time. You can still sink the back knee down. But heel toe the right foot a little way off your mat. Left hand off the mat the other side. And turn to face that right knee, maybe pressing into the inner knee. So we take these wide lizards quite a few times. But today, just think of this left hip dropping down. So it's not that you're trying to spiral open too much. You're not worrying too much about the right hip. Just let your left hip sink. And as a result, feel a sort of opening through the left-hand side of the body. That's it. Lovely. Take a couple of breaths. Lift back out of it. Heel toe your right foot back to center. Tuck your back toes to lift the knee. We're finding a warrior two. So left heel can drop in to anchor at the back of your mat, which was the front. And then windmill yourself up to find your warrior two. So you're bending into your right knee, facing the back of the mat. That's it. Bending towards the back of your mat. Hold it for a breath or so. Keep it strong, root into the feet. Take an inhale as you reverse. And then exhale into your side angle, just as we did, but now with that back leg lifted. Lengthen all the way down your left-hand side. Root into the outer edge of that left foot as much as you can. Big expansive breath into the side body. Take your top hand, reach it back towards the back of your mat, down to the floor, and then walk yourself round to the long edge of your mat. Toes point forward. Take an inhale to lift halfway. And then exhale into your forward fold. We're just going to stay here for a few breaths. If you want to lift in and out with your breath, you can, or you can just find stillness. Tip the weight into the balls of the feet. Let the crown of the head release straight down. Lift it up halfway. Walk yourself all the way back round to the top of the mat. And step back into your downward dog. Okay, so taking it on the other side, our left foot's going to be stepping through. If you want to kneel down, you can, or take an inhale to lift the left leg high. Find space underneath the body as you step through. Right knee softens to the mat. We lift into our crescent lunge. That's it. As you sink into the legs, interlace the fingers, push palms to the sky. And just take little movements, easing out through the sides. We're taking that kneeling side angle from here, so release the hands. You're going to be turning to face the right hand side of your mat. As you turn, kickstand that right foot behind you. Keep your left toes pointing forward, knee pointing straight forward. Connect and reach the right hand up and over. That's it. So keep bending into the left knee as much as you can to find that length through the side. Use your inhale to reverse. And your exhale to come back to side angle. If you want a little bit more movement on this side, the hands don't have to touch down. You can bring one hand in front as you reverse. The other hand in front as you move towards side angle. Your choice, take a couple more. Land in your side angle next time with arm on the thigh, right arm reaching up and over. From there, we start to lift up, straighten that left leg, bring the fingertips down to the floor, find your toppled gate. Left arm reaches up and over, extending through the side. Lifting from this one can be quite tough. Draw the belly in, use your core to help you get light on the fingertips and start to lift yourself up. Gate pose over that left leg. Yep, over the left leg. Inhale back up to center. Return back to your toppled gate, right hand down, left arm up and over. And then spin round to face the back of your mat. Step it back into your downward dog. Couple of breaths in your downward dog. Still working with that left leg. Take an inhale to lift the left leg up. Step it forward outside of the left hand. So you're taking this wider lizard lunge, back knee can drop. Heel toe, your left toes off the mat. Take your right hand a little bit wider. Turn to face your left knee, but sink the right hip down. Breathing here. Come back to center, heel toe that left foot in between the hands. Tuck your back toes, lift the knee. Finding warrior two from here. So back heel drops in, root into the feet, windmill your arms up. Sink into your left knee. Connect to your breath here. And then use your breath to reverse and find side angle. So big inhale into that left hand side. Exhale as you move into side angle, pausing there, lengthening through your right hand side. That top hand can reach up and then to the back, down to the floor, and then walk yourself round to the long edge of the mat, toes pointing forwards. You're facing the left hand side of your mat. Yeah. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. You're welcome to stay in your forward fold for a few breaths. If that feels nice, just lengthening through the back of the body, stay here. Otherwise, come up to your halfway lift. Walk yourself round to your right foot. Either just pausing to draw yourself towards that left leg or your right leg, or place your left hand on the foot and open your right arm up to the sky. So it's a bit of a twist and a bit of an opening through the left hand side, yeah. Bring that right hand down. You can stay in your forward fold if you prefer. Walk yourself back through center over to the left foot. Right hand anchors, left arm lifts up. As we come back down, move towards center, everybody lifting up halfway. Walking back round to the front of the mat, stepping back into your downward dog. All right, from your downward dog, look towards your hands. Take lots of little steps or float your way to the top of the mat. From there, bend into the knees. Inhale, root to rise. Reaching arms up high above the head. Make sure feet are hip width apart. Drop the right hand down to the side of the body and then continue to bend that way. So right hand slides down, left arm reaches up and over. Then come back up to center. Take that inhale, both arms lift. Slide your left hand down the left leg as you reach up and over. One more each way. Inhale, lift. Take it over to the right. And again, lift it up. Over to the left. Come back up, arms above the head. Take that inhale. And as you exhale, find chair pose with extended arms. So drawing the core in, lengthening tailbone, extending through the fingers, although we slide the shoulders down. Find a little bit of opening and length in those side ribs if you can. And then fold yourself all the way down over the legs. Softness through the knees if you need it, or a little lift of the sit bones if you have space. Breathing there. All right, take a halfway lift. Draw fingertips up the shins. Exhale, hands back down. Step your right foot back. Make sure you're on train tracks rather than a beam, and then lift up into your high crescent lunge. So drop into your left knee. Draw your right thigh bone back. Soften the shoulders. If you would rather just stay here, you can for the next few breaths. Otherwise, left hand is dropping down, finding the inside of your right leg and reaching back with the right hand. So it's a bit like a revolved reverse warrior. So you're opening through the right hand side. Keep that back leg strong. It's like you're drawing the right hip bone away, moving the body to open that space up. And then come back to center, open the other way into your warrior two. So if you were just in crescent, you can open to face the right, warrior two. Bend into that left knee. We're taking Trikonasana from here, so straighten the legs. Adjust if you need to, slightly shorter stance. Take an inhale. Reach towards the top of your mat as you exhale. Keep a slight softness in that front leg. Drop your left hand down to find floor or shin. Open that right arm up, spiral the chest. That's it. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, that top hand doesn't have to move if you're happy staying as you are, but that top hand can reach to come over towards the right ear. So you're extending from right hip at the back of your mat to fingertips at the top. 2 more breaths here or in your Trikonasana, wherever you are. That's it. Take the right hand back up the sky, behind you, down by the side, and spin around carefully to find your runner's lunge, left legs forward. From there, you can soften the right knee down and lift back up to your crescent lunge, low crescent. All right, root down into the feet, keep that stability, a sense of drawing left hip bone back, right hip bone slightly forward, press down into front foot and the top of the back foot. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, left hand drops down by the side and reach up and over with the right hand. Sometimes hard to balance, so move into it slowly. You can keep breathing into that space or finding more movement. Come back up to center, inhale, arms overhead. Other side, right hand comes down, lean into it. You may find fingertips drop all the way down, or you may just hover. Lovely, come back up. Bring hands down to the earth. Pick up that back knee to find some space under the body. This left foot's coming into pigeon pose. So you need to sort of lift and tuck this left foot in and then settle back down into your pigeon. Left knee forward. All right, you have a choice here. You can flop yourself forward and enjoy a normal pigeon pose, or you can extend arms out in front and walk yourself away from that left knee, so over to the right hand side, and then soften down. You're creating an opening through the left hand side. Either variation, find where works. Settle in for a few breaths. If you're in your side twist for your pigeon, come back towards center just for a final couple of breaths. And then start to lift the body up. Plant the palms, tuck the back toe, inch yourself forward until you can take the weight into the hands, find your way back into your downward dog. From there, lift up onto the toes and look forward. You can take lots of little steps again or float your way to the top of the mat. Find your forward fold. On your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Send the left foot back long on the mat as you exhale, lifting into your crescent lunge. So again, make sure you're on train tracks. It just helps with the balance. That's it. Bend into your right knee, draw that left thigh back. And you can stay here, or you can drop the right hand down, find or reach for the inner left thigh and reach the left arm up and over. Breathe into that left hand side. It's useful at home. You have bits of furniture to help you. I use my wall all the time. Come out of that reach and twist. Keep turning to the left hand side and drop into your warrior two. Right knee forward. And then from there, we straighten the right leg, setting up for our triangle pose. Take a nice big breath in. Reach towards the top of your mat as you exhale. When you can reach no further, drop that right hand down. Spiral the chest, expand into your triangle. You can stay just here or use an inhale to expand and then an exhale to bring that left hand to reach towards the top of your mat. Spiral it in, little finger towards the floor to find space through the shoulder. That's it. Extend through that left hand side, couple more breaths. Take that left hand back up to the sky. Keep it circling around towards the back, down by the side, coming into your runner's lunge. From there, drop your left knee down, sweep the arms up, low crescent. So right hand is dropping first. Take an inhale. Drop that right hand down as you exhale. Keep your balance, lift up and over with the left hand. Like you're sending left hip bone down and everything else is reaching up and over. Come back up to center, inhale. Same the other way, left hand down, then reach up and over away from that right hip. Come back up. Hands to the earth. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee. Start to find space for your pigeon pose. That right foot needs to tuck itself in and then lower into it. Make any movements, any adjustments, walk yourself, well, either drop yourself down, or if you want to take that side bend, extend the hands in front, walk over to the left-hand side of your mat. Connect here, draw the floor back to you, breathe into the right-hand side. If you have that side bend, come back to center, stay there for a few more breaths. And then lift yourself up onto the hands. Tuck the left toes, inch forward. Take your time getting back to your downward dog. Drop your knees down to the mats. We're going to be finishing with our right foot or our right leg over the left. If you want to take it from here, cross your left leg behind you, open out the feet and sit back. If you want to take it any other way, you can. So you'll be finishing with your right knee on top of left, just the feet as needed. So, yeah, if it's not comfortable to get back that way, don't worry. All right. So find your Gomukhasana Asana legs to begin with. Sink this right hip down. If it's not comfortable and you want your underneath leg extended, your left leg, you can always take that. All right, take an inhale, reach the arms up above the head. Exhale over to that right hand side. Stay here for a breath. Come back up through center. Over to the left. Back up to center. Once more over to the right. Slightly harder side. We force that hip down that wants to lift. Breathe into the left hand side. And then bring it up to center. Unravel your legs. Take them the other way. Left knee on top. Feet as tucked in or as open as they feel comfortable to be. Sit nice and tall to begin with. Work on sinking that left hip. When you're there and settled, you can take a nice big inhale, lift the arms up. Over to the left, first of all this time, left hand connects, reach up and over. Sending that left hip lower, breathing into the right hand side. Coming up to center, breathe in. Over to the right. And then once more to the left, breathing into lift. Dropping over on your exhale. Lovely. Come back up to center. Unravel your legs. Sending them out in front with a bend in the knees to help you lower down. Take an inhale, lift the palms. As you exhale, roll yourself down. All right, give the knees a little hug into the chest at the bottom. And then we will take a banana asana on each side, which sounds such a made-up name. So lengthen yourself out on the mat. We're going to curve to the right first of all. So take your feet to the right-hand side of your mat. Lift and take your shoulders, your upper body to the right-hand side. If you want a bigger stretch, you can drop your left foot over the right. And take the arms overhead if you want to hold on to your left hand to draw it round. Create as much openness through the left-hand side as you can. If you want to leave the arms out, release the feet, you can. Soften wherever you can through the body. Breathe expansively into the left-hand side. And release the hands if you are holding above the head. Inch your shoulders back to center first. Carefully bring the legs back through center. And then take the same the other way. Walk the feet over to the left. Lift and lower the shoulders towards the left. Option to take the arms overhead, hold on to the right hand. Maybe cross the right foot over the left. Breathing into the right hand side. And then release the hands. Bring yourself slowly back to center. From there, knees once more into the chest. Lengthen the tailbone as you hug the knees in. You can just take the knees wide, or you can take it into a happy baby to finish. And then from there, you are making your way into your Shavasana. Shape that works for you this evening, whatever that is. Final few minutes to just be here, to be still. Okay, and then starting to draw your awareness back. Taking some deeper breaths. Bring some movement back into fingers and toes. And allow that movement to spread into the rest of the body. When you're ready to begin to bring yourself back to that seated position, standing there, eyes closed, resting hands on the knees or in the lap. Lengthen through the spine as you lift the heart, lift through the crown. And feel that space through the side body as much as through just the lift of the spine. And then we take our final big breath, reaching the arms up above the head, finding as much height as you can. Breathing out as palms touch, and you draw them back down, thumbs to forehead for kind thoughts, thumbs to lips for kind words, and thumbs to the heart for kind actions. Thank you all for joining me this evening. Namaste.